This report is from today's CNBC Daily Open, our new, international markets newsletter. CNBC Daily Open brings investors up to speed on everything they need to know, no matter where they are. Like what you see, you can subscribe here. Big streak. The Nasdaq Composite recorded its longest winning streak since January, closing out Monday with gains of 0.3%. Stocks in the U.S. built on the positive momentum from last week, with the S&P 500 gaining 0.18% and the Dow Jones Industrial Average closing 0.1% higher. The tech-heavy index rose for 7 straight days, while the Dow and S&P 500 rose for 6 straight days for the first time since July and June, respectively. In Asia, South Korean stocks fell 3%, leading losses, while investors also assessed trade data from China and a rate hike by the Reserve Bank of Australia. Deep job cuts. Citigroup's 240,000 employees were on edge as fears grow around CEO Jane Fraser's massive corporate overhaul to cut costs that would result in an undisclosed number of layoffs. "We'll be saying goodbye to some very talented and hardworking colleagues," she said in a memo in September. Now, the reorganization, which is referred internally by its codename, Project Bora Bora, could see job cuts of at least 10% in several major businesses, according to people with knowledge of the process. AI arms race heats up during its first in-person event on Monday. Microsoft-backed OpenAI announced its latest and most powerful GPT-4 Turbo artificial intelligence model yet. It also unveiled a new option that will allow users make custom versions of its viral ChatGPT chatbot and is cutting prices on the fees that companies and developers pay to run the software. China imports surprise. China's imports unexpectedly rose in October from a year ago, but exports recorded a worse-than-expected drop. Data showed imports rose by 3% in US dollar terms for the month, above a Reuters forecast for a 4.8% drop. Exports fell 6.4% last month in US dollar terms, worse than an expected 3.3% drop. Growth stocks that are set for bigger leaps higher for longer. Interest rates are bad for growth stocks, but investor hopes were reignited after the U.S. Federal Reserve kept rates unchanged for the second consecutive meeting. This led stocks to bounce back last week, and for those eager to get back into such growth names, CNBC Pro screened for stocks you should look at. Markets started the week on a high note as major averages closed out Monday's session with some big winning streaks. The Nasdaq rose for the 7th straight day, its longest winning streak since January, while the Dow and S&P 500 gained for 6 straight days for the first time since July and June, respectively. Wall Street indexes had strong momentum following their best week of 2023, propelled by a soft monthly jobs report that drove bond yields lower, boosting equities.